Now let me take you through the process of how I make my client dress. So this particular style was sent to me by my client, and this style was it has a pleated at the front. So I started by drafting my basic pattern. So as you can see here, now the next thing I want to measure an bust span. So divided by 2, which is 4, which I'm marking right now. So after that, I connect with a straight line, and after that I'm going to go in on our waist point. So I'm going to divide for our bust measurement. She's using bust 37, so I'm dividing for our bust that I'm using 1.5. So that's what I marked there. So I divide the 1.5 into 2, then I connect as you see. Then after connecting like so the next thing I'm going to do now is to take our body circumference. So by dividing our bust measurement into 4, and our under bust and our waist point and our hip point. So that's the calculation I'm doing there, as you can see. So I divide our bust measurement into 2, and I also mark same thing on the chest line. Then our waist divided by 2. Okay, I forgot to include our waist measurement here, so I quickly divide it into 2. Then I take the measurement. I didn't know my phone stopped recording here, so after doing that, as you can see, I already connect the measurement together, and this is the continuation of it. Then yeah, the next thing to do now is to open up my pattern paper and transfer the measurement I have on the other side to the plain side, as you can see. So first of all, I rule out the chest line, so I'll be able to connect it with the other side, and that is what I'm doing now. As you can see, I'm done transferring the lines on both sides, and next thing is to cut out the pattern. So I'm cutting out the shape on it. Just watch as I cut it out. The hemline is not straight. It has an